TV Spotlight. Children of the Dog Star. Children of the Dog Star is the name of a 6-part science fiction serial for children that was written by Ken Catron and broadcast on New Zealand television in 1984 and British television on ITV in 1985. The serial focuses on 12-year-old Gretchen, who comes to spend the summer at her uncle's farm. Gretchen is obsessed with space and astronomy and becomes fascinated by the weather vane on the shed on her uncle's farm. She becomes convinced that it is some form of advanced technology, and as it turns out, it is exactly that. Meanwhile, the local Maori tribe is battling against property developers who want to redevelop the nearby swampland, but the swampland is sacred to the Maori, who also believe that there is something unnatural in the swamp that should never be disturbed. Children of the Dog Star was an intelligence series for children that I remember well from back in 1985. The story has a lot of depth and a lot of themes to it, including Maori mythology and constellations. And some of its themes were actually repeated by Stephen King in his novel The Tommyknockers that was published 3 years after Children of the Dog Star. Now, nobody's suggesting that he copied it, but it is interesting. The serial was not missing, but unavailable for many years until 2009 due to complicated legal and rights issues. However, it was finally released on DVD in 2009 and has been available on YouTube since about 2011. I remember Children of the Dog Star very strongly and very fondly from 1985. It also bears resemblance, of course, to the Chucky series of the early to mid 80s that were made by British television based on John Wyndham's book, along with other children's TV series that dealt with supernatural or science fiction themes, such as The Little Vampire, of which I'm a very big fan. Now, I'm not quite as much of a fan of Children of the Dog Star, but actually I still like it very, very much. Seeing it again, it stood up surprisingly well. It's a very atmospheric series with a very serious tone, often quite dark and brooding, and it's very intelligent as well. The serial was novelised in 1985 by Marie Stuttard, and I actually still have that novelisation as well, even though it took me, again, till about 2009 to actually get to see the series again on DVD. Children of the Dog Star won a Golden Gate Award at the San Francisco International Film Festival in 1984 and also won the New Zealand Feltex 1984 Best Drama Award. The serial ties in Dogon mythology, Maori culture, together with modern science fiction storytelling, and it's fascinating, particularly with its backdrop of rural New Zealand. Although unlike the likes of The Little Vampire and Chucky in that it is not actually taken from a book, it was clearly inspired from the 1976 Robert K.G. Temple book, The Sirius Mystery. The serial was directed by Chris Bailey, who is not the same Christopher Bailey who wrote the Doctor Who stories Snake Dance and Kinder. It's just a coincidence. The serial also benefits from a memorably spooky incidental music and title music. Overall, Children of the Dog Star is a well-made, atmospheric and intelligent science fiction serial that appeals to adults and children alike and stands the test of time extremely well. I recommend it.